So we'll see the answer for the unit test 1, working with functions. In section A we have 10 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. The answer for the first question: write statement to call the function. Function is given. Def add is the function name. Inside it is added x is equal to 10 plus 20 and it is printed. So answer for this is the add. The line is add. Okay. So this is how we have to call the function. And next we have add x comma y. So here two arguments are passed, and in the main program if you see, the output is actually printed as C. So we have to assign it to C. Understand? So we have to assign it to C is equal to add of 10 comma 20. As you can see in the definition, x comma y is there. Understand? So we have to assign it and call it. So for the first question, add as the answer. For the second question, add of 10 comma 20 assigned to C is the answer, as it is called like this. And the second question, what will be the output of the following code? So question is def cube print n into n into n. So n's cube is printed here directly. So in this cube of n we have called, and here you see in the command it is given n is 10 here, but the program when it runs this program as it is, it creates error because in the main n is not defined. Understand? So here in this line if you check, n is not defined, cube of n is there, so here n is not defined, so it will give you this error, n is not defined. Understand? Otherwise if you take it as 10, then the output will be like this. First it will be printing this cube of 10, that is 1000, and again here we have printed it. So once again it calls and prints cube of n, which is 1000 again, and print function, as it is returning nothing, here it returns none. Understand? Because here there is no return statement, but print expects some value. So here none will be the answer for print statement, as it is returning none, because there is no return statement. You know, when return statement is not there, it will return none. So this is the answer for, actually the answer is error only, but if you take it as 10, you can write this also. If n is 10, passed as 10, then this will be the answer. And here third question, call the given function using keyword argument with values 10, with values 100 and 200. Okay, sorry. So here you see the function name is swap. So swap has two arguments, num1 and num2. The question is we have to use keyword arguments with values 120. So for that the answer is swap of num1. So name we have to pass, no. So num1 is 100, num2 is 200. This is the answer, as this is keyword argument. We have to pass the argument's name and value. So swap of num1 is equal to 100, comma num2 is equal to 200 is the answer for this question. Understand? So fourth question, what will be the output of the following code? Here def calculate a comma b comma c, and for each it is multiplied with 2. So here you can see the value is equal to calculate of 10 comma 12 comma 14. So three values we are passing, 10 and 12 and 14. And in the first print we are printing the value, type of the value, right? So what it is returning, actually return three values it is returning. Understand? Here the return has multiple values, a into 2, b into 2, c into 2. So as it is returning three values, it will be returned as a tuple. Understand? So for print type of value, the answer will be tuple. And for the second print val, the answer will be the value of all these numbers multiplied by 2. So you will get the answer as, for 10 it will be, see here, for 10 it will be 20, for 12 it will be 24, and for 14 it is 28. As it is multiplied by 2, all the numbers will be multiplied by 2 and it will be returned as a tuple. So you can see the bracket around the output numbers. Then fifth question is, which line number code will never execute? Which line of the number? Which line number? Okay, code. Which line number of the code is not returned? That will not execute. Will never execute for any of the inputs. See here, check is the function name. That is the line number 1. It will be executing, and then it comes for the main function. So C is equal to check. They have called of 20. Argument is 20. So 20 is supplied here, and it is checking for the condition. Understand, num will be 20 here, and hello will be printed for the even number, because it is checking for percentage 2 is equal to 0. So if it is an even number, hello will be printed. Otherwise, after printing hello, it returns true. So here for C, the return value is true, the boolean value. Understand? You check, print by is there, no? After returning the value true, print by is given, line number 5, and that won't be executed anytime because there is a return before that line. So return next whatever comes, it will not be executed. Understand? And in the else part, you check line number 6. It is, if it is the given number argument, if it is odd number, then it returns false. So this will also execute if we pass an odd number. So there is a possibility of executing this line also, but line number 5 will never be executed as the return statement is before that. Understand? So the answer is line number 5. And here, what is the default return value of a function that does not return any value explicitly? So if a function does not return anything, then it actually returns none. It is a keyword. Actually, none means nothing. Next, so the answer is none. What do you mean by non-fruitful function? What do you mean by non-fruitful function? Function which do not return any value is known as non-fruitful function, or we can say void function. So for example, def greet, print welcome, greet. So here this function doesn't have any argument as well as it doesn't return anything. So when you call this function greet, it just prints welcome. So it doesn't return anything. So this is called as non-fruitful function. Here name the built-in mathematical function or method that is used to return the nearest larger integer or a float value. So here you check, round is one of the built-in function, because here it is asked built-in mathematical function. Round is one of the built-in function which will give you the rounded value. But here it is asked nearest larger integer. Round will give round off the value into the nearest integer, but that also you can give. So it depends on the decimal numbers. If the decimal numbers are equal or greater than 5, then it will give you the larger integer. Otherwise, it will give you the same integer as the answer. And math.ceil function also gives you that, actually that only gives you the nearest larger integer value. Understand? So when you give 23.4466, ceil function will give you 24, because it always gives the nearest larger integer. But round function will round off the float number into the nearest integer. Maybe it is smaller or larger, depends on the decimal numbers passed. Then differentiate between the round and floor function. So here we have round function and floor function. Round function we no need to import any module as it is a built-in function, and floor function as it is a math module we need to import math module. The function round is used to convert a fractional number into the nearest whole number, but here the floor is used to convert the given fractional number into the nearest lower whole number. Here we can say it is round will convert into the nearest whole number, depends on the decimal number passed, but floor will convert the given fractional number into the nearest lower whole number. Always it converts into the nearest lower whole number. So examples are given, you can check. Then name the Python library module which need to be imported to invoke the following function. So for fabs we need to use math module, so it will be used as math.fabs. For randint we need to import a random module. Okay, so random.randint, like that we have to call. Then differentiate between actual parameters, section B. This is 2-mark question. Differentiate between actual parameter and formal parameter with a suitable example for each. See here, formal parameter, those are written in the function prototype and the function header of the definition. So formal parameters are written in the function header of the function definition. So the values passed within the bracket of the function header. Then actual parameters are the values which are passed in the function call. So they are called as actual parameters. Here is the example. We have add, the function add passed x comma y, and here you can see the indentation is missing. You can check. It should be indented actually, because it is the okay, here indentation must be there. We will do that. Because these are the block statements, we have to indent it inside. Some printing mistake is there. Okay, so this is what the function is. Okay, so add x comma y, z is equal to x plus y, print sum is equal to z. So this is inside the function. Here a and b is read through the input statement and add of a comma b. See here in the last statement add of a comma b, this a and b is known as actual parameters, and the parameters x and y which is there in the function header, this is called as formal parameter. So you have to explain it in the above example. X and y are formal parameters and a and b are actual parameters. Understand, a and b are actual parameters because they are in the function call. And here explain the use of global keyword used in a function with the help of suitable examples. See here, in order to modify the value of variables outside the function, and they must be declared as a global variable using the keyword global. So if you want to change value which is declared outside the function, assigned outside any function, they are called as actually global. So any variable which is assigned outside the function, outside of any function, is called as global variable. And if you want to change it, you have to use the global keyword. So if you want to change it inside the function, you have to use it with the global keyword. Here is the example, def my function, which is here x is declared as global x. So this will actually access the x value from global. Understand? So here x is assigned as hello. So wherever this x is printed, it will be taking this value, because here global x is assigned. X is actually considered as a global variable, and it can be read from outside of this function also. So that here if you give print x from outside the function, it will be printed as hello, as it is declared as global inside the function. So it is not local, it is actually global. So we can print it even from the outside of the function. Okay, so now what are the different types of actual arguments in function? So we have different types, 4 types of arguments. They are positional arguments, default arguments, keyword arguments, and variable length arguments. So for example, they have asked to explain any one with the example. So we are here I have explained with the keyword argument. See here, def my function is a function name child 3, child 2, child 1. 3 are passed here. See, the youngest child is child 3, it is printed. My function, in calling we are sending the number, that is the order of the parameters different from how it is there in the function header. See, child 3 is Ram, child 1 is coming here, and child 2 is sent at the last, but it is not in the same order as parameter. So we are passing the values with its name. So this is called as keyword argument. Then write a Python function to calculate factorial. See, we can calculate factorial as a normal function as well as a recursive function. In the first example, it is given as a normal function. So factorial function is assigned, fact is assigned to 1. If it is 0, it is returning 1, otherwise it will be multiplying up to n and it returns the fact value. So here we are printing factorial of 5. So that is the function call. Okay. So next, in recursive way we can write like this: n is int of input any number for finding the factorial, print factorial of n. So sorry, here actually this here recursive function begins from this line. Actually this is wrong. Okay. I should have given like this. One second, no. So this is that, no, I have done some mistake here, so let me do it. Let me cut it. Okay, so this is actually, because we cannot write the function after the main statement, usually it is not a good practice, so we have to start like this. So I will give here. So after printing, so here only it is beginning, recursive function is beginning, right? So that's all. So return, else return n is n into factorial. See here, this part is called as recursion. So how it is done? See, recursive function, the function will be called from inside. The same function will be called by itself. The function will be called by itself. See, inside the factorial function you can see the factorial of n minus 1. So this function itself, it is calling again and again, okay, until the condition is met. So this is called recursive function. We will see what is it elaborately in the recursion class. Find and write the output of the following Python code def. So this output of this function, if you run here, because now here it is conversion of the string. So if it is a, see first, if it is a character, small letter character, then it will be converted into upper. If it is a lower character, then it will be converted into, if it is a small letter, then it will be converted into uppercase. If it is a uppercase letter, it will be converted into lowercase. Otherwise, if it is an number, even number, then it will be incremented. Otherwise, what will happen? It will be in including hash for all the other character. So the output will be like fun at, no. So here fun at, it will be added like p, and Python one other symbols, it will not, here it will not print anything. Python p small letter, all the small letters will be converted into capital letter, and here n for 3 it is n dot 0, it is hash. Okay, so that's all. So like that this will be the output. If you run, then trace the following code and find the output, it is asked. If you trace it, the compound interest finding program it is. So it begins from the function definition line number 2 and it comes to the top level statement at line number 8, which is calling this function compound interest of p is 1000 and t is equal to 3 and r is equal to 2. So this is the line number 8 which is called. Next, then after it is calling, it again goes back to the function definition which is at line number 2. Then it starts executing the function. So it comes to 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So until it reaches the last statement of the function 7. Then again it comes back to the next statement of that calling statement and it is 9, and again it goes back as it is seeing a function call. It goes back to the function definition, again executes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. The output will be this if you execute that program exactly. Thank you.